All right, I know my hair doesn't look great. I just got out of the shower, but Mets win, baby, 6-4 over the Atlanta Braves. Just got back from Citi Field. Well, technically not, because like I said, I showered. But regardless, the Mets go out there and they come up with a huge win today against the Atlanta Braves to kickstart this 5-game series. And it's huge to start things off with a win. You got some nice home runs going from Vogelbach, from Pete Alonso, Tyler NAQUIN. Oh, how about the trade deadline acquisitions coming through? Huge win for the boys. And we're going to talk about this as there's a lot to unpack here. Before we do that, though, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans. Turn on your notifications. Also, need to shout out my friends over at Manscaped. They're the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. They got precision engineered tools for your family jewels. The men's ultimate hygiene bundle includes everything you need. The Lawnmower 4.0. They got deodorant. They got wipes. They got everything that you need. And guess what? There's an exclusive offer for you. That offer is 20% off and free shipping worldwide using the code Python. Over 6 million men worldwide trust Manscaped. So why not trust them as well? 12 million balls, that is. If my math is correct, that's a lot right there. So yeah, definitely check them out. Link is in the description, as well as my friends over at TickPick. If you're looking to save money to get out to a game, maybe go to the Met game tomorrow even, say what's up. But no, go on down to a game and click the link in the description if you're looking to save some money there. But huge start for Cookie Carrasco. He gets 2 big strikeouts early on Swanson and Olsen. And yeah, quick 1-2-3 inning for him. Not a lot of pitches required, only 2 balls there, so he started off great. Then the Mets get the offense going a bit early. Nimmo, he ends up grounding out, but Marte gets a single. Lindor then walks, and then Pete Alonso with a single to give the Mets an early 1-0 lead, as that drove in Marte. Lindor ended up going over the third. Unfortunately, though, Vogelbach then hit into a double play, but nice to see the Mets get the offense rallying a bit early. Cookie then has a nice clean second inning. No issues really at all. Not a lot of pitches required either there. So solid second inning for him. And then in the bottom of the second, the Mets add on another run. Nobody did anything that inning, but Tyler NAQUIN hit an absolute piss missile. And that gave the Mets a 2-0 lead. And I don't know if this was the one he crushed, but I know that both of them he did. It's just that I don't know which one was the further one. I think this one was the shorter one. I'm not too sure. But regardless, Tyler NAQUIN, he ends up getting his first home run as a New York Met. And it is a huge spot and coming in a huge series against the Atlanta Braves nonetheless. Then in the third inning, Cookie allows his first hit to Marcell Ozuna, of all people. But then he has a clean rest of the inning, getting 2 strikeouts. Bottom of the third comes around, and the Mets get the offense going. They get 2 outs. But again, what do I say here on the channel all the time? The Mets contribute still with 2 outs. It does not matter. Lindor works a nice count, ends up getting a walk. And then you have Pete Alonso. And before that, I'm saying to my friend, I say to him, Pete Alonso home run incoming. And sure enough, he crushes this one, and it gives the Mets a 4-0 lead. And then right after, Daniel Vogelbach gets in on the fun, and he gets a home run to right field, and that gives the Mets a 5-0 lead. And all of a sudden, things are looking great. McNeil ends the rally there, but regardless, the Mets are up by a lot early. And then Cookie keeps stealing. He had a walk to Austin Riley, but outside of that, solid 4th inning. No strikeouts, but still is very solid. Bottom of the 4th, Mets don't really do too much here, as Guillorme gets the only hit, but the McCann is just not it. And then Nimmo hits it to a double play, and it ends up getting reviewed. The initial call was just awful. He was clearly out, but they go to the replay. They find out that he's out. And then Cookie starts to crumble a bit here, doesn't he? As Travis d'Arnaud gets a single. Carrasco then threw a wild pitch, which got d'Arnaud the second. You're like, yeah, this isn't good. He gets 2 outs, and then unfortunately, the rain starts to fall as Michael Harris gets a single. That makes it 5-1. Ronald Acuna then follows that up with a just absolute beaut of a home run. Can't lie there. And that makes it a 5-3 game. Thankfully, then, Cookie gets out of the rest of the inning. The Mets offense does not respond there, unfortunately, but 6th inning comes around. Cookie was a lot sharper in this inning, and that ended up being all she wrote there for him. I think under 90 pitches, if I'm not mistaken. So very solid outing there. And then the bottom of the 6th inning, Tyler Naquin with his second home run to reassure that lead and make it a 6-3 one. So that was huge. Ottavino then comes in, and things got a bit shaky here as he gets the first 2 outs, no problem. And then Arcia gets a single, and things were kind of weird with this one, though, because of the fact that Arcia, or that count, I should say, was kind of weird considering there should have been a couple calls I thought that could have been the strikeout pitch there, but it is what it is. Then another wild pitch, Arcia goes to second, and sure enough, it doesn't help out as Michael Harris gets another RBI. He gets an RBI single. That makes it 6-4. And then he ends up stealing a bag. Thankfully, Ronald Acuna strikes out, and that ended the inning there. And then the Braves go to their bullpen, surprisingly somewhat late, as Tyler Matzek comes into the game, and the Mets, they don't really do much here at all. Nimmo walked. That's really about it for what happened in that inning. 8th inning comes around, and Edwin Diaz comes in for the 6-out save, which was shocking, and shocking enough for the Citi Field workers considering the trumpets weren't sounding right when he came out of the bullpen. But regardless, he gets 2 strikeouts on 3 batters. First pitch was a ground out, and yeah, then he just throws a couple, that doesn't take a lot of pitches for him to get those 2 strikeouts, so that helped out a lot. And then the Mets, it looked like they were about to rally a bit here as Alonso, he ended up grounding out, and then Vogelbach and McNeil get back-to-back singles, and it looked like a rally was going to start. Canna comes in to pinch run. Then, unfortunately, though, Naquin flew out, and then Guillorme with the ground out there, and the Mets couldn't add on. But then, thankfully, Diaz, he did what he does best, although things got a bit shaky, I won't lie. Rosario gets a single early. Then, yeah, the rest of the 3 outs, but there was a wild pitch in there. It was a bit shaky, but regardless, Diaz gets it done and continues to be his dominant self, and the Mets win 6-4. Cookie's outing, 6 innings pitch, 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Overall, very solid outing, in my opinion, for Carlos Carrasco. I thought that he looked very sharp. He was definitely very effective with the slider today, and I don't remember what pitch it was they threw to Acuna on that just absolute insane home run there. But outside of that, Cookie looked very sharp. Just one bad pitch, in my opinion, really killed it from being a great outing, and it made it just a good one, is what I should say. Ottavino, then in his inning of work, things got a bit shaky, like I said, but overall, can't really be too mad because of the ump there. He gets a strikeout. He overall did very solid. And then Edwin Diaz, how could you not love the guy in the 6-out save situation? I don't know why I was blanking there for a second. And that ended up getting 3 strikeouts for him in those 2 innings of work. His slider definitely wasn't as effective today, in my opinion. I thought his slider was a bit off, which is why he got into a bit of trouble. But outside of that, I mean, still, he's pumping 102. He's going crazy, so you love to see it. In terms of the lineup, Nimmo, he went 0 for 3. He had a walk on the day. Not the best day there for Brandon Nimmo. However, Starling Marte, very solid day for him with a hit. Ended up contributing to the run early on in this one. Lindor, he gets 2 walks on the day. Doesn't get a hit, though. But again, Lindor, he's been getting on base, which is good enough for me. If pitchers are going to pitch around him, then nothing he could do about it, or nothing we could do about it at all. Alonso, then, he had 2 hits on the day, 3 RBIs. Great day for Pete Alonso, along with Vogelbach, who had 2 hits on the day, got an RBI. Great game for both of those guys. I love them hitting back-to-back. It really lengthened things out in the lineup. Was still like another difference maker in this lineup, if I'm being honest. But regardless, still very great seeing the 2 of them hit back-to-back. McNeil, he got a hit on the day, going 1 for 4. So overall, pretty solid. But the player of the game, still Tyler Naquin with his 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Of course, the 2 hits, struck out once, but overall, still a very solid day, going 2 for 4. Tyler Naquin was just nothing short of great today. Gotta love what you saw from him. Guillorme, he had a hit on the day, almost, it looked like hit a home run later on in this game. So overall, very solid game. And then James McCant, if you will, 2 strikeouts. Yeah, he's something else. That's all I'll say. But Yeah, very great game. Very good start to the series. I'll be back at Citi Field tomorrow. The Mets will be back in action tomorrow at Citi Field, of course. So, going to be interesting to see. Can't wait to be there. Thank you guys so much for watching this recap. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you guys are new, especially for Mets fans, turn on your notifications. And I'll see you in the next one. Let's go, Mets, baby.